February 1948. Somewhere in the busy shipping lanes of the Strait of Malacca, one of the most mysterious events in maritime history unfolded. This narrow stretch of ocean between Malaysia and Indonesia is one of the busiest waterways on Earth. Thousands of ships pass through it every year. But on that day, something deeply disturbing happened. Several merchant ships sailing for the strait suddenly picked up a strange signal on their radios. It wasn't a voice transmission. It was Morse code. Back then, Morse code was considered one of the most reliable ways to communicate across long distances at sea. Unlike voice messages, which could be distorted by weather, distance, or interference, Morse signals could travel thousands of miles and still be understood. The signal began with a familiar and chilling pattern. 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots. SOS. Then it repeated again. SOS. After that came a longer message. When radio operators decoded it, the message read, SOS, SOS, from steamship SS Ourang Medan. All officers, including captain, dead, lying in chart room and bridge, possibly whole crew dead. The ships listening were stunned, but before anyone could respond, another message came through. This one was even more terrifying. Second officer dead, crew dead, request immediate assistance. Moments later, the ship transmitted its position. And then came the final message, a short, incomplete sentence. I die. Then the radio went silent, completely silent. Multiple ships tried to respond, but the SS Ourang Medan never answered again. Something had clearly gone horribly wrong. The closest vessel to the signal was an American merchant ship called the Silver Star. Its captain immediately ordered the ship to change course and head toward the location of the distress signal. Hours later, the Silver Star crew spotted a ship drifting silently on the water. It was the SS Ourang Medan. But something was wrong. The ship looked completely intact. There were no signs of damage, no smoke, no fire, no signs of sinking, just a large vessel floating silently. Even stranger, there was no movement on deck. The Silver Star crew tried contacting the ship using loudspeakers and horns. Nothing, no response. Finally, the captain made a decision. A small rescue team would board the ship. When they climbed aboard the SS Ourang Medan, the silence was overwhelming. Then they saw the first body. A crew member lay on the deck. But what shocked the rescuers wasn't just the death, it was the expression on his face. His eyes were wide open, his mouth frozen in terror, his body stiff as if he had died in absolute horror. As the team moved deeper into the ship, they found more bodies, everywhere. Crew members lay across the deck, officers were dead on the bridge, the captain sat lifeless in his chair. Even the ship's dog was dead. And the strangest part? None of the bodies had any wounds, no blood, no injuries, no signs of a fight, just the same terrifying expression on every face. The rescue team finally reached the radio room. There they found the radio operator, dead. His fingers were still resting on the Morse key, exactly where he had sent the final message, I die. At this point, the rescuers realized something truly unnatural had happened. They decided to tow the ship back to the nearest port for investigation. But before they could finish securing the tow ropes, something strange began happening. Smoke started rising from the lower cargo hold. At first it was light. Then, suddenly, flames erupted. The fire spread incredibly fast. The rescue team had no choice but to abandon the ship immediately. They rushed back to their boats and returned to the Silver Star. Minutes later, a massive explosion ripped through the SS Ourang Medan. The mysterious ship broke apart and sank beneath the ocean, taking all its secrets with it. With no physical evidence left, the story quickly became one of the greatest maritime mysteries ever recorded. Some researchers later discovered something strange. There was no official registration record for a ship called the SS Ourang Medan. According to shipping registries, the vessel technically never existed. But others argue that the timing matters. The event happened shortly after World War II. At that time, many ships operated under false names or without registration, especially those involved in smuggling. One theory suggests the ship was secretly transporting dangerous chemicals like potassium cyanide or nitroglycerin. If seawater had reacted with those chemicals, it could have produced deadly toxic gas, killing the entire crew within minutes without leaving visible injuries. Another theory links the ship to secret biological weapons from wartime experiments. If such materials leaked during transport, they could have wiped out everyone on board. And the explosion that destroyed the ship might have been caused by unstable explosives in the cargo hold. To this day, no one knows for sure, because the SS Ourang Medan and every piece of evidence lies somewhere at the bottom of the sea. A ghost ship, a final message, and one chilling sentence that still echoes through maritime history. I die.